How's it look?
It looks about the same as always.
All right. All right. Well, Mr. Box is heading into this old slope coal mine. It originally started out as a drift mine. So, all right. Well, he's in. Okay. So we came out here early this morning. It was still dark when we started heading off in the woods because it takes about a half a mile walk from a service road to get up here. Pretty remote location. This is a coal mine that dates back to circa 1894, 95. Okay. And all on this ridge line, all on that ridge line going back this way, you can actually see, might not be able to see it, there's a drift mine remains here. Okay. This was a huge mine complex with a series of drift mines. And this ended up being the main drift mine. They later turned it into a slope mine because the coal seam started going on a downward angle. Okay, so they built a tipple, hoist house, coal washer in that direction. So the rail line has long since been abandoned, so it's not even there anymore. So, but anyway, we decided to come back up here. We have not been here in a long time, and we wanted to see, you know, what the water level was like, how far it had gone down. So Mr. Box is going on in there, and I'll go in there behind him in just a few minutes. But it's a pretty neat mine. Okay, inside inside this mine, and you can see at one time they had this all uh, blocked up with stacked rocks. So anyway, Mr. Box is going on ahead. All right. You see, this is where they had the cross ties here for the mine carts, rails. So this mine really became inactive uh, in the late 30s, uh, and they kept it in use here and there for a while. And it was closed down, I believe, by the early 40s. But the workings of this mine, there's another mine not too far away that became attached to this one underground. The underground workings extend out for 3 square miles. So that just tells you how big this was. So, uh, very historic mine. So there's some nice stacked rock walls there. Some end of an old, looks like RC cola bottle, could be even earlier. All right. And Mr. Box has proceeded on this way. So, what I'm going to do is make my way down through the main haulage way here, may video a few things to get to main intersection, which is pretty wide. That's probably where I'll do most of the filming. So it's not, you know, it's not too much to see. It's the same thing as a drift mine. you'll just see the same thing, stacked rock walls. I can't remember. I'd have to go back and check about the coal seam. Coal seam could be 36 to 48 inches thick. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and proceed on down. Okay, gone a couple of 100 feet. There's Mr. Box. He's way there in the distance. So you can see the coal seam right here. This coal right here, from reports, this was used as coking coal for the coke ovens. It was found to be an excellent burning, high quality coal for coking, and coking can go into making steel. So, all right, we're going to try to catch up with him, but said a couple 100 feet in, and like I said, this main haulage way, literally till you get to a main junction, goes for 1,000 feet. 1,000 feet. It's incredible. So you can see they did a good job. It's an arched roof. You've got shale. You do have some areas we have not been in here in years that you'll find some pieces, but overall, this is in excellent shape. And this is classified as a non-gassy mine, so that's always good to know. Okay, about 150 feet further down, it's got is a pipeline right here, and you've got a split haulage way. Now, back in the day, all that area back there was being worked, but it also led probably about 900 feet further, going through some different passageways, would have led to an escape manway back that way. I've never done it. Mr. Boggs has done it, said it's pretty cool, but I'm going to be sticking with the main line here, and he's way further down. So anyway, like I said, you have a haulage way here, split, and then you got the main haulage way here, and you can actually see, can't really, it's not discernible, but you can actually see some of the grooves of where the cable hoist was pulling the mine cars out. I mean, it's a long way to get to where Mr. Box is going. So, all right, we'll keep moving on. Okay, advanced a couple hundred more feet. That's a look back right there. And this is looking forward. Still got about a little less than 500 feet to go. Mr. Box, he has left a smoke trail, man. He has gone into the darkness. So, try to catch up with him. But one thing about this mine, it is loaded with fossils, fossilized trees, plants, pretty incredible. So that's actually part of a fossilized tree right there. That actually fell from the ceiling. But there's just plenty of fossilized remains. I think that's one thing Mr. Box wanted to do coming back in here. He wants to search for some fossils or video, make a little video about fossils. So anyway, we're going to keep proceeding down this way. All right, I see Mr. Box. He's way up ahead. I think he's at the main intersection in the mine now. right, let me get over all this stuff. All right, so here we are. This is the central point for this mine. You can see this concrete pillar right here. They had the mine angled off to the left, and Mr. Box is actually sitting in front of what was a first aid station, underground first aid station. It's been a long time since we were here, but we found a lot of medicine bottles in there. So further back, depending on what the water looks like, you had it was like an underground rail yard. You should there'll be stacked rock walls about 40, 50 feet apart from each other, and they probably had about five rail lines in here. So just way there in the distance, the angle of this mine is already starting to go down, but it'll really start dropping probably about another maybe 400 feet or so. But we're back officially about 980 feet from the opening, so we'll just say 1,000. So anyway, very historic mine. Like I said, Mr. Box is going to do some fossilized hunter episodes, I guess. So we're going to have a look around here and just see what everything looks like. It's been years since we've been in here. You can actually see now whether or not there's built. You can actually see somebody took their carbide light and burned in. I think it's 1920 right there. So, like I said, a lot of fossilized remains right there. They're just everywhere. But this is the little first aid station right here. They just built it out of the shale, excess shale. And there's some cool pictures of the underground first aid stations. But yeah, we found quite a few medicine bottles in here. So there's some similar photos of underground first aid stations, very similar to this. So you can see the coal seam right here gets a little bit bigger right here because we're starting to go. That's why they developed it from a drift to a slope to get to the bigger coal seam. So that coal seam, it's probably a good about 6 feet in thickness. So, but anyway, anybody that got hurt or needed medical attention, they always had a probably not a certified doctor, but they did have a medical assistant paid for by the mining company to take care of bumps, bruises, anything like a broken leg or something. They'd probably temporarily fix him here and send him out. So, all right. Now, back over here is where they had, see, there's more fossilized remains. So they're everywhere. Back over here where this pipeline goes, that's where they had a water pumping station. And you can still see some of the electrical insulators right there. So that's, you can't even tell, it's pretty gnarly back in there, but they had a big, I think it was a Cameron. At the early days, it was a steam operated water pumping system. So you can see some more fossilized remains right there. Like I said, all this stuff is probably one of the most significant mines ever to have fossilized remains. Everywhere. Oh yeah. So I'll head down here See what it looks like. Okay, you can see they had at this section they had twin rails here. Like I said, more fossilized remains right there, all over the place. So this is basically an underground rail yard right here. Yeah, well, that water's not down as far as we would have hoped. I think one time years ago we were in here, and that water way off in the distance, probably about 300 more feet, had receded, and we were able to walk a good ways until it started going down, really down towards the slope. But it's an excellent coal seam. Like I said, they started off as a drift mine with about a 36-inch to 48-inch coal seam, and as they started dropping, that's when you get the bigger coal seam here. So they did an incredible job with these stacked rock walls, man. You know, it's pretty amazing. That's a shame, man. The water hasn't gone down that much. So I'm not gonna, even though I got boots on, you could get out about 20 feet. It's just gonna keep dropping. So, but anyway, very interesting to see again. And you can see right here the twin minecart tracks. And if this water wasn't here, if you go further back, there's at least 4 crosstie sets that they had minecarts stacked up. Now, speaking of fossilized remains, that right there, that big circle, that right there is a fossilized tree. Let's see, did that come down? That circle right there, it could have dropped from the top right there. But that right there is a fossilized tree. You can see the ribbing right there. All right, we're going to have a look around for a while, and we'll probably, after a while, we'll start making our way back out. But very historic mine to explore. Like I said, I haven't been in here in years, and it looks like nothing's changed. Just hoping the water would have receded much more. All right, well, I thought I'd take advantage of some of these rocks that are above water. Moved in just a little bit. So it's rather foggy. A lot of high humidity outside. But you can just see how wide this yard is right here. You had a set of tracks here, 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 and over there. And there's another beautifully stacked rock wall right there. So it's hard to believe that way back in the distance, deep underground, 3 square miles of this mine went underground. So it's just amazing. So, all right, we'll go ahead and turn around, make our way on back to where that concrete pillar is. All right, Mr. Box, he is making his way back to the surface. I'm going to come up behind him. I seem to be tailing Charlie today, but that's all right. There he goes. I had to change out batteries on this light anyway, man. You know, you just have to carry an excess number of reserve batteries because you can really burn through them, man. All right. There he goes. I'm going to be coming up right behind him. But good to go ahead and see this again. Okay, just might not be able to see, but his light is way back there. Might not be able to tell in the video, but this is angling up. So, like I said, way up there is where this turns into a gradual slope and it starts dropping. So you actually have to go into the up angle before you get any kind of level walking area here. Okay, you can tell we're getting near the opening. Everything is fogged up. High humidity, man. So, coming up to the opening here, like I said, I can't even tell. Video might be fogged up. But there's the outside. All right, let me get all this stuff off, push my backpack up through there and climb out of this thing. Okay, we are back out of the mine here. Sun's coming up a little bit more. And you've got some more drift mines here and going around the corner, but we've seen those. They're a little difficult, the sealing. So just going to forego that. We went in them a couple of times years ago, so no need to do that again. But you got the tramway bed angling off to the left, and we're going to follow that for about a half a mile back to the service road, and we're going to hopefully head to another mine site. But all in all, good little early morning, no dark 100 hours expedition.